guys!
Hey!
Welcome back to our channel. We are actually in the games room right now. I know you can't really see much on the screen, but at some point we're going to do a games room tour because we're only halfway, if that, of getting it sorted.
It's not even halfway really.
Not even that. But yeah, this is where we are if you don't recognise the surroundings. And in today's video we're going to talk to you about the food in Disneyland Paris. Because if you haven't seen last week's video, we did a trip announcement and we're actually going to Disneyland Paris in October.
Yes.
Yes, very exciting. So we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about all the foods and how it all works. So let's go.
So, as we said, we're going to be talking about the actual food and stuff like that, which is the dining plan. So Disneyland Paris does have a dining plan. By no means is it as established as the one in Magic Kingdom in Florida and Disney World. It's just, it hasn't even got a patch on it. However, it's not bad. You know, it's better than a lot of other places like the smaller theme parks and stuff around the world. It is good. So the way that it works is they still use paper vouchers.
Yeah, very old school really, isn't it?
Very old school. So you get a voucher on a piece of paper, and when we've gone before, we went for like 5 days. This time when we go, because there's like 14 of us going, like a folder of vouchers anyway. So each voucher has a monetary value, so it has a redemption value. So basically you take it in and it's worth X amount. You get a voucher that is designed for breakfast, and you get a voucher that's designed for either lunch or dinner. We went for that option. There is bigger options and stuff, but the option we've gone for is the half board, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's half board.
Yeah, half board. So we get 2 vouchers a day. The last time we went, and we stayed at
Hotel Cheyenne.
Yeah, Cheyenne. Their breakfast option wasn't available for us because it was the Chuckle Wagon and it was closed for repairs and renovation, so we had to eat in the park, which was
the Cafe Hyperion.
Hyperion. So that's the option. If you wanted to eat in the park, you can obviously eat in Cafe Hyperion, but you get more for your money eating in the hotel. And we did eat in one of the hotels. We got to eat in Santa Fe, which is where we're staying this time. And it's like a all-you-can-eat kind of breakfast.
Continental breakfast.
Yeah, continental breakfast. It's not like pancakes and bacon. It's like fruit and stuff.
It was like cold meats
and cheeses.
Pastries,
yeah, it's continental. All-you-can-eat continental breakfast. It was nice, you know. It wasn't the best of things, but it was okay. So that's what you can use that for. That's limited. You can only use that for breakfast. Where the meal plan in Paris actually comes into a bit of a strength, into its own, is at the lunch and dinner. So you can use it for lunch or dinner, and it has a value of, was it about $24?
I think it was more than
24 euros, or was it 26?
I think it was like breakfast wasn't worth as much as dinner, so I think breakfast may have been like 19 euros.
It wasn't even that. I think it was less.
I think it was more. I think like dinner was like 32 euros.
Maybe it was. Anyway, it was worth around between like 20 and 30 euros, maybe a bit more. And basically, you then took that to. So if you're going for lunch, and let's just say you decided to stop and get a Casey's hot dog. If your Casey's hot dog come to 16 euros for a hot dog, fries, and a drink, and then a little dessert, if that comes to 16, 17 euros, even though your voucher is worth 30. You have to give them the voucher. You don't get money back or anything like that. It's just a voucher for the meal. So a lot of the time, if you try and do this, they'll go, "Are you sure?" And they'll ask you about 9 times. Now, when we've gone before, we did this quite a few times. We used a voucher for a lot more than it was actually for a lot less than it was actually worth. And the reason for this is because we were in a rush. We wanted to get everything done, and we did, and we're happy we done it. This time, we're looking to do something slightly different. So we're going to try and go to some of the all-you-can-eat restaurants. So the other thing that you can use that voucher for, which they recommend, is the buffet. So there's a few buffets around, like Agrabah's and stuff like that. We didn't actually eat in a buffet last time we went, which we are going to this time. Your voucher then covers the entirety of that meal. So if your voucher is worth 32, the buffet is probably worth like 28 to 32, something like that. And it obviously gets you in and you can eat as much as you want throughout the day. And that's where they want you to go. 1, it makes you, you get more for your money. And 2, if you're in there for 2 hours, or an hour, you're not queuing up for a ride. So it keeps the queues lines a little bit longer. Alright, so
Shorter.
I think shorter, that's what, not longer. No, they keep them shorter. That's how I like to think they do it anyway, but you know, I could be wrong.
So with the Disneyland Paris dining plan, Jez mentioned it is very different to the one that you get if you go to Walt Disney World. The main difference is you get your voucher coupon, which when you go to a quick service, it will include your meal. So if you were to have burger and chips, it'll be your burger and chips, your drink, and then a dessert. It is a set menu, so you can't pick and choose which mains you want with which desserts. It's a whole kind of package, which it can be a bit annoying sometimes, but most of the time, if there was a dessert that I liked and a dessert that Jez liked, we would just get it and then swap. So you obviously can do that, but if you ask for it at the counter, they're like, sorry, it's a set menu, like you don't.
Once or twice we did get to trade.
I don't think we did.
We did, because I remember once or twice I wanted the yogurt. I didn't want the yogurt, I wanted the mousse, and they were happy to give me the mousse instead of the yogurt.
Well, maybe. They are a bit funny, and I think
it's down to the individual person serving you, isn't it?
Yeah. Another thing that's different to the Walt Disney World dining plan is with Disneyland Paris, you just get those 2 meals a day. You don't get the option to get snacks. So if you want to buy an ice cream or a donut or something, you don't have an option to have a snack credit as such. So you have to pay for that, which is the other option or the other difference with the dining plan in Paris. So as I said, the meals are set. So they're set menus. And this is the same in the table service restaurants as well. So when we went in 2017,
yeah,
is that when we last went?
Yeah.
2017. We ate at Walt's, Bistro Chez Remy, and Captain Jack's. And even though they're sit-down restaurants, the menus were still set menus. When you go into the quick service restaurants, they have kind of the menus above the tills on big screens. And usually there's only 2 or 3 set menus to choose from. So there's not a huge variety with the meals. But, you know, there's probably something that you'll like, because they are, you know, standard theme park dishes. It's not like exotic things that no one's gonna like, so I'm sure there'll be something that you'll like too.
So the thing that gets me a little bit about Disneyland Paris, and the only thing I think that lets it down a little bit is the variety. I know Charlotte mentioned it, that they've only got, you know, 1 or 2 things on each menu for the set menus, but those 1 or 2 set menus are across 2 or 3 quick service restaurants. So when we went last year, there was Colonel Hathie's and Hakuna Matatas, and we'd eaten at Colonel Hathie's earlier in the week, and then we'll eat Hakuna Matatas, and we went in, it was exactly the same meals. And I know you're going, well, it's a theme park, but at the end of the day, like when you go to Florida, it is different. You can go to a restaurant and get something different that you can't get in other restaurants. Which
that
Paris.
Was the curtain behind Jez's head, by the way.
But yeah, you can get it's pretty much like each restaurant, they do similar things and sometimes exactly the same. And I just think that they could do a little bit better there, in my opinion. So one of the best things about the dining plan in Paris, and actually I think this is one that trumps Florida's, if I'm honest, is the ability to upscale your vouchers. So as we said, your dinner voucher is worth €32. It fluctuates, I believe. It can change each year. We went to a few sit-down restaurants like Walt's and stuff. We went to Bistro Chez Remy, which is the ratatouille restaurant, and we used the vouchers in there. So for instance, one of the set menus was €48. So I had to pay €18 for that meal, because my 30 or 32, you know, whatever it works out to, was taken off the amount of my meal. And I think that is awesome, because especially if you go as a family and you've got 4 vouchers for your family and they're all worth €30 each, you know, and then it comes off the whole bill, obviously not including certain things, obviously like alcoholic drinks and stuff, but it just makes it more viable for adults and families to go to a sit-down restaurant. So the restaurant, for instance, Chez Remy, is in tiers. So you've got like tier 1, which is like the meal menu, and it's like it's nice food, and it's like basic food. So like you get like ratatouille, you get stuff like that, and then the next step up is like you got the meal, then you got maybe the it was like different names.
Gusto.
Yeah, the Gusto menu, and then there was like 3 or 4 of them, but each one got more expensive by about €10 to €15. but then the actual food you got in there got more expensive and slightly more. So you got like duck pate in the last one. You got steak. And actually, if I remember rightly, the for the first 2 set menus, the starter was artichoke salad, and then as you got further in, it became like a soup, which is obviously much nicer than the artichoke salad for me personally. You know, luckily Charlotte and I were quite good at sharing with food, so debatable. Sometimes I don't like to share, but what we did was like we went to Captain Jack's, and I wanted the main on one and she wanted the main on another, but then I wanted the starter on the other one, so we actually ordered different menus and then like swapped certain parts of the meal. So we were quite lucky that we were able to do that, because they wouldn't have let us do it when we asked, so it was quite nice. And I had a rum and banana thing. Oh my goodness,
it was mango rice pudding.
It was awesome. If you haven't seen our Paris vlogs, go back. They're in one of the playlists. It was a great time. It was our first time in Paris together, which was awesome.
It was our first time in Paris.
Oh yeah, it was our first time full stop. But so we got to vlog it. We vlogged a lot of it, and again we are vlogging this time. So hopefully it's only going to get better. That'll be my phone, or Charlotte's phone, my phone. So yeah, that's sort of where we're at.
So there's quite a few snacks that we want to try when we go to Disneyland Paris. I think these are available most of the time, but we just didn't try them last time if they were available. One of them being, apparently they do Mickey Mouse macaroons, which I can tell you for a fact they did not have those last year.
I think they might be seasonal.
They could be, I'm not 100%, but I remember last year I was trying to find macaroons, so I couldn't find them anywhere, and then I didn't realise there was a stall in Disney Village that pretty much just sells macaroons.
Yeah, that's all they sell.
Yeah, well, they did sell like candied apples and things like that.
Yeah, but even still.
Yeah, so apparently they do Mickey shaped macaroons, and I love macaroons, or macarons, however you want to say it. I love them, so I'm definitely going to be getting a Mickey shaped macaroon. And also we saw on Instagram that they do Mickey shaped meringues, which I'm really excited about because I love meringues. And another thing we wanted to try was like a giant Mickey shaped cookie, and like half of it was dipped in chocolate.
And it's got like sprinkles and stuff on it.
Looks so good.
They're all, I think all 3 of those are from Main Street.
Yeah, there's like a bakery on Main Street and they're all in there.
Yeah.
Also, what I'm excited about is the fact that we're going in October. I'm hoping there's going to be loads of like Halloween treats.
And merchandise as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure how much there is compared to what there is in Disney World. Yeah. But I'm hoping there's some Halloween treats.
There'll be some.
There's got to be something.
There'll be some, I'm sure.
So yeah, I'm really excited for that as well.
I'm excited to try one of the all-you-can-eat restaurants, because we didn't actually do that last time, and I really want to try one, because I've heard from family, friends, people on Instagram that it's awesome and that the food is amazing, and you can literally just keep eating and eating and eating.
We have to look at some reviews to see.
Yeah, I think I think I want to go maybe 2, two. You know, we'll see what we've got for time and stuff. We'll definitely do one, and I think maybe we'll try a second one. If you've been to any of the all-you-can-eat restaurants, let us know down in the comments which one your favourite was and why you recommend it.
And also, do you have to book them? I think you can just walk in.
Yeah, you could walk in last time.
Let us know if because there is going to be a lot of us. I think I mentioned before there's going to be about 14 of us. Not that we might not all eat at the same place every day for lunch, but if we were like, oh yeah, we really fancy a buffet, would you recommend that we book? I would have thought so for that amount, but if it's just like a quick service...
Can you book?
Yeah, I don't actually know, so let us know.
So last time we went, we exclusively ate in pretty much all of the quick service stuff. We did go to a few sit downs.
We went to 3. That was quite a lot considering we're only there for
3 was
4
good.
nights.
We went to Captain Jack's, which was awesome, which is previously Blue Lagoon, which if you've been before. Waltz was amazing. It was awesome. And then obviously Ratatouille, Bistro Chez Remy. But we exclusively, apart from those 3 times, we ate in either the quick service or we just grabbed a McDonald's if I was still hungry, which I normally was. This time, as we said, we want to eat in buffets, but there is still a couple of quick services that we want to try. The first one being Hakuna Matata, because last time, as I said earlier, they had exactly the same menu as Colonel Hattie's, and we just wanted to eat in different foods, you know, we wanted to experience the whole thing, and we just saw that as a... I think actually we were going to eat in Hakuna Matata's, and we actually went to Toad Hall.
Yeah.
Which where...
I'd like to go there again.
Toad Hall, little tip, when you get there, you can get fish and chips, pretty much is what they sell, right? Because, you know, it's Toad Hall, it's like a British thing, right? You get there, and you've got set menus. One of the set menus is fish and chips. The other part of the set, another one of the set menus, is 2 fish and chips.
Double fish and chips. Like, why would you not
get a double? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to put it in your pocket for later. You know, just like
bit of battered fish in your pocket.
Bit of battered fish in your pocket. It's what being British is all about. Cup of tea in the left, battered fish in the right. Done.
So yeah, we'd like to go to Hakuna Matatas. The menus have all changed slightly, so it might be that they actually all do different food to when we went last time. But when we looked at the menus, I know it's like the Festival of the Lion King at the minute, so it might not be the same. But they've got like a kebab type thing.
Yeah, like a wrap kind of thing.
Yeah, they have like chicken with rice and stuff. So I think we didn't get to go there last time, so I'd like to go and eat in there. Plus, the food looks different to what it was when we were last there. So.
And there's one more. We didn't get to eat in Bella Notte last time because it was closed.
Yeah, it was closed for refurbishment, and I'm assuming from what it's based on that it's going to be Italian food. I hope so.
I'd imagine it's going to be like meatballs, spaghetti, stuff like that. Because obviously it's Lady the Tramp, Bella Notte. But yeah, that's one of the places we do want to eat. It's opposite Small World, isn't it?
I thought it was like behind like to the right of the castle where like the Disney princess show was.
I don't know because I haven't. It's near. Yeah, that's Small World. Because we haven't been to it, I don't know off the top of my head where it is.
Yeah, no, it's like near Small World and like behind the castle, I think.
So yeah, that's pretty much everything we wanted to talk about in this video. Is there anything you think we've missed? Because we aren't experts on Paris, we aren't experts on Florida by any means, but you know, I like to think I am.
We don't know very much about Disneyland Paris. So if you've got any tips for us, either quick service, table service, buffets that you think we should eat, we should go to eat in October, then let us know.
You guys know us, and you know I love chicken and sweet things.
Yeah, hit up those suggestions. And also, if you've got any questions for us on anything we've talked about, then fire away. As just said, we don't know too much about Disneyland Paris, but we will try our hardest to answer them. So feel free to leave them in the comments below.
Yeah, that's it for another week. Thank you for putting up with me and Charlotte.
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys.
Bye.
Bye.